Hi, I'm Adam Drake from Mugen Seiki Racing, and today I'm going to go over sway bars. And I know I've talked in the past about when you want to go to a thicker or thinner sway bar and how those characteristics will change the handling of your vehicle. But today I want to go over and show how tight or how much play you should have for both the front and the rear sway bar to ensure that they work properly. Okay, so before I start and actually put these top screws in for the sway bar, I'm going to go ahead and back off the set screws that actually control the amount of play in the sway bar. Then I'll go ahead and tighten down these screws that hold the plate in place. And the reason why I back out the set screws is because I want to make sure when I tighten this plate down they don't like dig in and actually kind of nick or gall the sway bar. So make sure those are tight, and then you'll see the sway bar's super loose and also has quite a bit of play from side to side. So then I'll take and slowly tighten one of the sway bar set screws and just continue to move the bar up and down until you feel a little bit of resistance. Then I'll slowly back that set screw out until it drops. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Slowly back that set screw. Sometimes it'll get a little stuck, but make sure that the bar drops. Check the side-to-side play, and right now it's pretty tight. For me, I like to, from there, I'll take my wrench and using the little gauge here showing what size wrench it is, I'll back that off a quarter of a turn. Do the same thing on the other side. And then the sway bar will have just a little bit of slop back and forth. That way if any dust and dirt gets in there, you know everything is going to work smooth. Okay, so now on to the final step. I'm going to go ahead and connect the sway bar ends to the sway bar. And so pretty much the farther you move this end back, or the more part of the sway bar that's exposed, it'll make the sway bar slightly stiffer, or actually kind of start to react or work a little bit sooner. The farther that you push this forward to where there's very little part of the sway bar being exposed, the softer it'll be. And one of the things you want to make sure from right to left is that this gap, or the amount of sway bar that's showing, is equal from side to side. Normally I start on both the front and the rear to where there's 1 millimeter of sway bar poking through or exposed. If you're on a really low grip track, you may want to run that to where it's flush, or actually loosen the set screws an additional quarter of a turn. That way the sway bar has just slightly more movement. But as you can see here, the sway bar just gently rocks back and forth, but everything works really smooth and is free as it goes through the travel. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the left side. Again, making sure that you have the same gap or distance with 1 millimeter exposed. And then you just go ahead and repeat that same step or process for the front sway bar, and you're ready to hit the track.